Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, the graph below represents an exponential function f. What is the range? So we're looking for range, right? So what comes to your mind when we say range? X values or Y values? I hope you say Y values, right? Okay, very good. That means that we are going to need to look at this y-axis. Okay, so any number that I choose, it needs to be on this line that I highlighted. Okay, that's one of the mistakes that I still see on the students. They start looking for range and then all of a sudden they choose values for the x values, so the x-axis. So that's the reason why we're gonna highlight this one. Okay, so what I want you to think about is what's the lowest value that my function it's kind of like using or approaching. Okay, so if you notice, they already gave you the asymptote, right? And that tells you that it's at -3. So what that means is that my line is approaching -3, but it's never gonna touch -3, neither pass -3 lower than that. Okay, so the lowest value that we're gonna be using is gonna be -3. Very good. Okay, but notice how the values are right up there, right? So the values that I'm looking for compared to -3 are what? Less than -3 or greater than -3? Greater than -3, right? And they will never touch -3, so we cannot say greater than or equal to a -3. Is that right? Just greater than -3. Now, what about on the highest point? Where do you think I can draw a fence for this one? Can I do a fence right here? And I hope you say, no, miss, because there's a little bit more graph higher than that. So my fence, it will be right here. Is that right? What number is that one? So this is 4. That will be a 6, right? Very good. Now, did you notice that, and I'm going to erase a little bit of this one. Hopefully it will erase just a little bit. Oh, erase the whole thing. Hold on. So I'm going to have to go like this, and I'm going to skip that. Okay? Because I want to point out the little circle that is there. Is that circle shaded or non-shaded? It's non-shaded, right? So when it's non-shaded, I can only choose from any of those two symbols. Is that right? So those symbols, I can choose something that says greater than, or I can choose something that says less than. Very good. Okay, so what values am I going to choose? Are the values greater than 6 or less than 6? The values are less than 6. Very good, right? Okay, so let's find these on your answer choices. So you're looking for something that is greater than -3, but then you're also looking for something that is less than 6. Okay, so let's check on the answer choices and tell me which one do you choose for that one. Okay, right there, letter C, right, says all real numbers greater than -3 and less than 6. Very good. That would be the answer, guys, right there. Okay, letter A, notice how letter A has something that says -8. We have no -8 in here, right, guys? And then letter B says greater than or equal. And no, we're not choosing that word equals to, right? And the last one says all real numbers greater than -3 and less than or equals to a 7. Where did they get the 7 from, right? Okay, so very good. So that's why letter C was the answer.